In the Catholic Church, the role of women is being reevaluated. But is it happening fast enough? Last month, the Vatican held a synod, or a meeting of bishops and laypeople from across the globe. For the first time, women were allowed as voting members.
It's fair to say that women have often felt like they play a minor role in the hierarchy of the church, but a major role in the life of the church. And so that has led to all kinds of reconfigurations in the modern era, and is still on shifting sands right now, too.
One of the many topics discussed during the synod was the possibility of women serving as deacons, a role that is considered one step below the priesthood. Approved by Pope Francis, the final synod document called for expanded women's leadership within existing church law, but it left the possibility of female deacons unresolved. Dr. William Boyce is a professor of religious studies at George Washington University. He teaches classes on gender and Christianity. According to Boyce, the back and forth surrounding women's role in Catholicism is nothing new. It even dates back to medieval times.
Women have been agitating for their role in the church from earliest days. Again, there were women who seemed to have important, significant roles in leadership in the early Jesus-following movement, and over time that seemed to be set aside, marginalized, or purposely erased.
Even today, the issue of whether or not women should serve as deacons is controversial for many Catholics. Megan Clancy, the president of GW Catholics, said she is content with the role women play in the church now.
The place of women in the church is already a place of celebration and honor. It looks different than what men's roles in the church looks like, and I think that's where our communication often breaks down, or like from an outside looking in perspective, it's like, hey, like everybody that's wearing a collar is a man. I'm like, yes, that is true. But I see that as a really beautiful way to open up conversation about like, okay, what are the roles of men and women in the church, and how are they different, and how are they equal in dignity and beauty in that difference?
As women continue to outnumber men as churchgoers, debate over their role in the church has become even more prominent. Pope Francis has taken some steps to change the role of women in the church, including appointing a religious sister to run this recent synod. However, as more and more people disengage with the Catholic Church worldwide, it is unclear whether these changes are happening fast enough. Maria Condren, Washington.